Hi, it's Susan Short with FBTV, and have we got a great show for you today. We are at Sarasota Art Museum, and we're going to take a look at the Future Now exhibition. So let's take a look. We're here with Virginia Shearer. Thank you so much. She is the executive director of the Sarasota Museum. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for coming to our museum.
It's fabulous. So we're standing in front of an iconic piece. I don't even know where your foot would go. I guess it would go there. Tell us a little bit about the exhibition. It's super cool.
Absolutely. So we're so excited at Sarasota Art Museum this season. We have an exhibition called Future Now, Virtual Sneakers to Cutting Edge Kicks. And it's a phenomenal exhibition with more than 70 iconic shoes that are all about the future of how shoe technology has changed shoes over time, and it's about the transformation that's happened in the shoe industry through examples of amazing works of design that are for our feet.
I love that. I love shoes, so I'm sure you guys agree. Shoes are everything. So what is this? Tell us.
Really incredible pair of 3D printed shoes by a collective called Scry, and these are what we would be thinking of as biomorphic forms, so forms found in nature. So if you look closely, these, of course, the color is going to be a dead giveaway, but these are sort of reminiscent of bone or an ectoskeleton, something found in nature. And the idea here is that Scry is exploiting the technology of 3D printing to make something that is futuristic, kind of impossible, but why not? Why not?
Why not? Now, the big question is, has anybody ever worn these shoes? Or are they just art pieces?
I'm sure there were testers that have been made. You can buy these shoes, and they will make them for your size. That's correct.
In this exact form?
In this exact form.
Wow.
And there's another pair of Scries here, a black pair of Scries that are a little more maybe manageable with an everyday outfit. Yeah. I mean, these are kind of your Lady Gaga.
Absolutely. I'm surprised she's not wearing these.
I know.
What are they made out of? Is it like a plastic?
It's a plastic. It's a 3D molded plastic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're gorgeous.
I love it.
They look as almost like an insect's leg.
It looks like an insect's leg. Absolutely. I wonder how comfortable they are.
I do too, because there's quite a little slope there to the heel.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a high heeled, but it also has kind of a platform base.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
rock
I think you should. I think you could pull these off. Absolutely.
If anybody here could,
If anybody could, you could.
Thank you. Well, let's take a tour and look at the rest of the exhibition.
Sure. Would love that. Thank you.
So, Virginia, tell us about this. This is very interesting.
Yes, so much of the exhibition deals with fashion and the intersection of fashion and new technology. But which is amazing and so much to see and learn about. But there are also design challenges that designers are using footwear to help us think about how we might make our work more efficient and more effective. And the Ecto virtual reality boot is a perfect example of that. So this is a prototype, and it's designed to help people who are training to do dangerous physical activity. And a virtual reality headset would be helpful, but when a person is using that in a very physical way, they have to move around and they might end up injuring themselves. So to have the goggles and the boot together means that people can perform certain activities in a safe space that's designated for them. The boots will only go so far into the space, and they can perform and learn these activities. So for example, this boot is used, and we demonstrate that in the exhibition, for people that are training to work on oil rigs.
Interesting.
So that actually allows the user, the trainee, to simulate climbing, reaching, pulling, twisting, doing anything they need to do their work functionally on an oil rig.
Wow.
And they can do that safely because, as you can imagine, with a virtual reality headset,
You feel as if you're there.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Isn't
fabulous.
that really incredible?
Really incredible.
And this was really special when we were considering the exhibition, and you asked me why this exhibition here. There's so many reasons. I mean, Sarasota is such a sophisticated place, and we have people coming from all over the world, and fashion is such a big part of pop culture these days,
Absolutely.
but how we all sort of orient ourselves and our identities. So having a fashion exhibition was important to us for Sarasota Art Museum, but also we wanted to think about future and the future of fashion
And technology.
and how that intersects with Ringling College of Art and Design. So at Ringling College of Art and Design, we have a wonderful virtual reality program.
I know.
So it's been great for the students to come and visit and see these shoes and think about how they might make the next virtual reality sneaker or shoe.
Fantastic. I just love that.
Yeah, it's been
Wonderful.
great.
Wonderful. So, wow, Virginia, we are in front of some incredible shoes by Zaha Hadid. I didn't even know she had done that. One of my favorite architects of all time. And then you also have Cool House. Tell me about these shoes. These shoes are just everything.
Aren't they incredible?
Yes.
And I'm so glad you immediately beelined for these shoes. You
Of
know your
course.
stuff. You know your architects
my
and
shoes,
designers.
yes.
Zaha Hadid, unfortunately, is no longer with us, but
Yeah.
an amazing female architect, Iranian born. Her buildings, are all about these sort of curvilinear forms.
Oh, yeah.
They're so incredible, and she's known for towering edifices that have this kind of curvature to them.
Yeah.
So she's taking that same vocabulary, she's applying it to a shoe. So these are molded vinyl, and you can see there's kind of a twisting of elements in order to create this design that almost looks like a flying Nike
It
in the
does.
back.
It does.
From the Greek days.
Yes.
And then there's a chrome that it's applied to the exterior, a very shiny chrome.
It's gorgeous.
Aren't they beautiful?
It reminds me of a shoe version of the Guggenheim Museum.
Absolutely.
Right?
Very good point, with maybe a Frank Gehry metal
Absolutely.
exterior.
Yes.
So kind of a babe. They had a baby.
If they had a baby and
exactly.
it was a shoe.
Exactly. These are so hot. I think these
Yeah.
would be great.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things about the exhibition is that people are coming in, they're gravitating to certain shoes, and they're thinking, how would that work in my life or in my fashion, kind of repertoire? And these are very special in that way. I think a lot of people identify as aspirational shoes.
Aspirational shoes.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So if you really like heels,
Yes.
like you said,
Yes.
you will love these skyscraper heels that were done by another architect named
Koolhaas.
Rem Koolhaas.
Yes.
And these are actually 3D printed.
Beautiful.
And they
And they match my jacket.
they match your jacket.
They
These
have
are
to be
perfect.
mine.
These would be great on you.
Uh-huh.
They click together. They are printed out in 3 parts, and then they are pieced together, and then you have your own heel
I
that
love
you
it.
can take with you.
I love it.
Yeah.
And they actually don't look uncomfortable.
No, these are to me, these are very elegant,
Yes.
and I think they look very wearable.
Yes, absolutely. And so last but not least,
Yeah.
come over here, everybody, and let's take a look at these boots. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
these boots are incredible. These are by a French visionary designer named Benoit Meliard. And these are an invisible heel.
Love it.
You know what's neat about these is they're kind of retro looking.
Yeah.
You know, they have that kind
60s,
of retro 60s
mid-century.
mod vibe, but at the same time, they're very, very fresh.
Yeah.
And they're using this, the way that he's molded the heel of the shoe and the bottom of the shoe, it's perfectly balanced, so a person could walk and not, you know.
Why not?
Why not? Exactly. So these are really great, and we thought they worked well. You know, we've got very architectural, very sculptural shoes in this section.
I need a
of the
bench
exhibit.
so I could sit here most of the day and just look at the shoes.
I know they are art objects.
They're art objects.
And they're functional.
I've always said that.
I know, you're wearing great shoes too yourself.
Thank you.
So you get the idea of sculptural, architectural, and using height in a beautiful way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us about these shoes. They're made of mushroom leather, is that correct?
That's correct.
Wow.
You know, isn't this interesting?
Yeah.
So one of the big problems that designers are trying to solve for is the waste in the shoe industry. 20 billion shoes are made every year. Wow. And more than half of those shoes never even make it into the marketplace.
Really?
There is so much waste in the shoe industry. So a big part of this exhibition talks about sustainability and about reuse. So there are a number of shoes that are, you know, about upcycling and recycling. And then there's this sort of futuristic body of research, which is turning into real consumable shoes that are made out of consumable.
Literally?
Exactly.
Mushroom?
Consumable products, byproducts, and then products where we're using and growing plants to make shoes.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
corn products, but also mushrooms. So this is a beautiful pair of brown shoes that would look like a pair of suede shoes to the
Yes.
naked eye, with some color variation and different textures. It's all made of mushroom leather.
That's fabulous.
Isn't that great?
Yes,
Isn't that great?
Absolutely.
And so the future of where this is going is that we will be able to grow our own shoes.
Grow your own
So,
shoes. I never
yes.
thought I would use those words together. Grow your own shoes.
Exactly.
Grow your own vegetables.
Grow your own vegetables.
Grow
But
your
if
own
you're
shoes.
really looking for sustainability, end-to-end sustainability, then we would have molds made of our feet to a T, the perfect, you know, exact fit that one would need. And then all the materials, including mycelium, so mushrooms, corn products like cornstarch, water, mix it all together, and then grow your shoes. And then the shoes are completely, you know,
Biodegradable.
Exactly.
Yes. Sustainable.
Exactly.
But are they cool? I mean, are they attractive?
Well, that will be one of the challenges
Yes.
because as we have seen throughout
Is there
the
any kind of
exhibition-
odor?
I know, really good question. And people have asked me, what if they get wet? You know,
Right,
so
yeah.
there
You grow some more mushrooms?
exactly. Lots of kinks to work out, but
Yeah.
it's really, I think, the ideas behind it.
It's wonderful.
It's really wonderful.
I'd love to see a video on the process.
I know. Wouldn't
Yes.
that be wonderful?
It
That would
would.
be fabulous.
Well, thank you so much for
Oh my
giving
gosh.
us this tour,
Thank you
Virginia.
so much.
It's just way better than I expected. I love when something exceeds my expectations, and this totally exceeded my expectations.
I am so glad to hear it.
It's
Thank you
just
so
great.
much.
Thank you for everything that you do. You should come here to the Sarasota Art Museum. You will never be disappointed, and you will always be exposed to something amazing and new.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
So we have to ask you, what are these shoes before we say goodbye?
I know, these are super fun. These are by a design group called Mischief. They're the big
Perfect.
red boots. I know, super cute. They were made around the time of COVID, and they are patterned after a really famous comic book called Astro Boy. And these are, you know, sort of fashionable, impossible, whimsical, cartoonish, comical boots. So
I love
for
it.
what other reason then we can?
Why
You
not?
find out about it in the comic books, and then we can have them in real life.
I love that. And a lot of people probably really love that as well.
Absolutely.
So I have to ask you, I'm so inspired by this exhibition. What is next on tap? What's going on?
I am so glad you asked. It's a pleasure to deliver these exhibitions for Sarasota and beyond. We always want to wow people. We want to do something that's super, super special. And so this summer on this floor, everything will be transformed, and we will enter into the world of an amazing artist named Lillian Blades. She's an installation artist. She uses colorful glass, plastics, and other materials to create murals, mazes, and otherworldly kinds of experiences. So it'll be delightful, immersive, colorful, joyful, all the things we need in the world right now.
I love that. I can't wait to see it. And what are the dates on that?
That opens in June.
Yeah.
on
Well,
this
we hope
floor.
to take a look at that as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Virginia. I really appreciate it. What a great, great exhibition here at the Sarasota Art Museum. We'll see you next time.